Welcome to Speaking of Pets, Take 2.
This week, we are revisiting a previous episode.
Lots of great information. We wanted you to enjoy it twice.
Here's today's episode, created just for you and your pets.
Hey, welcome to Speaking of Pets, Take 2. You guys have had such a lovely response to Remy's pet recovery with Vanessa Petrosky that we want to show it again because it's so important to know what to do if you would lose your pet. So enjoy Take 2 of Remy's pet recovery with our favorite Vanessa Petrosky. Janet, we have a local celebrity with us today.
Alice.
And the type of celebrity we like. Vanessa Petrosky is the founder of Remy's Pet Recovery, which is a nonprofit in it's Northeast Ohio's leading search and recovery for stray or abandoned dogs.
Wow.
They were voted Best of Cleveland, and their mission is to rescue stray dogs and return them, lost dogs, I should say, and strays, and return them to their owner.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Boy,
Vanessa...
when that happens, it's like a freak out, right?
Oh, it is. It is. I'm telling you. And she knows her stuff, and we're going to find out tips on what we do if, God forbid, our pet should get lost. But I want to tell you a little bit about her. She got her start. I've got a golden retriever down here again. In animal advocacy. Yeah, in 2010 when
Wait, I have no cats today, look.
Darn you.
They're
Anyway,
out.
Vanessa started volunteering at the city kennel and then became a long-standing foster for the then Friends of the Cleveland Kennel. She's always preferred the difficult, challenging cases, but she made her mark when she fostered and rehabilitated Mira, which was one of the staples of the 2011 dogfighting ring that was broken up, thank God, in Cleveland, Ohio. Then she got her experience in assisting trapping feral dogs, and that just marked her for life. That's when she established Remy's Pet Recovery in 2017. Again, it's nonprofit. It reunites lost dogs with their owners, and you can imagine how frantic you would be. You mentioned Remy's Pet Recovery in Northeast Ohio, and you'll get a grin from somebody because they know the hard work that she and her staff does. So welcome, Vanessa. We have a million questions and a million thank yous for everything you do. And this is Annie. She thanks you as well. And she's staying put. She better not get lost. Hey, welcome, Vanessa. We are so glad. I told Janet that you are a local celebrity. And when someone in Northeast Ohio, when you say Remy's Pet Recovery, they get this. This is what they do. Mm-hmm. That's famous. A compliment.
Thank you.
Anyway, I was just seeing on Facebook that your latest is Cooper.
Yeah.
This border collie. He seems like a tough number.
It's very difficult. Cooper's challenging because people continue to chase him, follow him, call him, and try to apprehend him. So now what happens to Cooper when everybody converges on Cooper? What do you think's going to happen?
Flee.
Cooper's going to run.
Yeah.
Cooper's going everywhere. So it's challenging for me to get Cooper to stay in a certain area to get a trap out. We were out Sunday in the blizzard, and then we came back out on Monday. There's the communication's been challenging as well with Cooper, but we set up a trap last night, but he didn't come back. However, the yard that I'm set up in, he has frequented 3 times, but it's within like a week. Like he went to their yard and then he didn't come back, and then 5 days later he showed up again. And so she put out food in the backyard, but there's a lot of snow, and so it's hard for him, to really get a good meal. But he did come the other night, so we immediately got there last night. We set up trail cams and stuff, and we didn't see him at all last night. Mm-hmm. However, with that being said, when we set up, and then a sighting came in, and he was exactly a mile down the road farther. So he's going like within a mile radius, but he's just not staying put. He's going here, he's going there, he's going everywhere. So I currently have a call into the North Royalton Police Department trying to touch base with a supervisor, somebody. So when they get calls in, I'm begging them not to send an officer, if they could just call us
Yes.
and keep it quiet. I don't want officers approaching him. I know
Yes.
they mean well, but when they approach him and get out of their car, that's when he runs.
And
So
I love on your Facebook page when you give advice, please give us the standard advice. When you guys are out trying to do your thing, what should people do and not do?
Well, what should a pet owner, I lose my dog. What do I do? And what do I not do?
So the hardest thing, like you have to realize, Remy's works with dogs that are extremely skittish. When dogs are lost, the first thing that happens is their behaviors change. So it's not the same dog that's sitting in your lap right now. The dog is now lost. The dog's behaviors change. And so that's the hardest part for me to get to owners to understand, that their dogs are not thinking like they're expecting them to think. I've had many owners that don't believe it. Oh no, he'll come to me. He'll come to me. He doesn't. Guess what? Just happened. Cooper saw his owner the other night and he ran from his owner.
Well, it's almost like the dog is in survival mode.
They are in
out
survival mode,
wilderness, right?
absolutely. And you got to remember, we domesticated them. How did they survive years ago before we domesticated them? So
Right.
dogs are more savvy and smarter than we give them credit for. I get, oh my God, it's freezing. They're going to die. Okay, yes, it's cold. B, he's not going to die. I mean, yes, there are some dogs, very rarely, but he's finding ways to keep warm. He'll find cars to get under. He'll find holes to go in. They find places to survive. We had a dog years ago that went into a culvert under a golf course.
Yeah.
We didn't see him for 4 days, and then all of a sudden he came out and he was fine. So look at little Sonic, 10 pounds, who ran around in negative 20 below wind chills. Where was he at? Boom, he survived. So dogs will survive. They find ways. It's just hard for me to convey that, to get people to trust the process. I know what it takes to get these dogs back. I'm confident in Remy's. I'm confident in our ability. It's just, especially when people don't understand what Remy's does, I can't tell you how many phone calls I get or texts. My dog's lost. Can you help me? I don't know what you do, but can you find my dog? Emails. I was told to call you. Okay, well, yeah. So it's frustrating. I spend a lot of time on my days off spending an hour on the phone calls trying to tell people what we do. Okay, this is what we do. This is, I try to direct them. The camera's going off. I try to direct them to the website so they can learn more about the process and learn more about Remy's, and then see if we're a good fit. I mean, I know we're not going to be a good fit for everybody out there. I can be pretty abrasive. It's just because I'm passionate, and it comes through in sometimes when you're texting or when you're talking, my passion comes through. I don't mean to be, but I just am excited. I know what it takes. Trust me. I'll get your dog back. I'll do I'll do everything possible and beyond. But just trust me. You called me for a reason. People are tagging Remy's for a reason.
Right.
So
You know what you do. Can I ask you, do you find, I remember one day, we live in Hinckley, and I had my dogs were out in their fenced-in yard, and I had these two muddy dogs that had been running all night at my gate. Do you find that dogs will go to other dogs as opposed to dogs going to people when they're
yeah,
lost?
they can. Absolutely.
Okay.
Especially if there's a bonded pair or they've, lived with this other dog for a long time. Absolutely. I had a case not too long ago. She took the dog down on leash and started walking around the neighborhood just with the dog. And I always tell them, do not call out your dog's name when it's lost. Calling a lost dog when they're missing, calling them by their name is only a trigger that typically just creates the dog to continue to run further. So quietly, she took her dog and walked around, and sure enough, the other dog came out. And then immediately when you see the dog, I tell people, sit down. Never stand over a dog. It's eye level. So sit down. I always tell people, don't look at the dog. No eye contact. So sit down, look away, start talking to your dog or talking out loud. Give that dog a couple seconds to recognize your voice and to click in. If you watch the video that I just returned, Pumpkin, that was a coonhound that was in Parma Heights. If you watch that video, when Pumpkin gets out of the car, owner goes right up to him. He's still stiff, no tail wagging. He's just looking at this woman who's his owner, reuniting. And then as soon as she gets up, okay, we have not about maybe 10 seconds, 15 went by. She starts walking towards the house. All of a sudden, Pumpkin's body language changes. He recognizes his owner and he jumps up on her. And then the light bulb goes off, and now we have the reunion. It wasn't instant like people think it
No.
is.
Right.
He needed time to recognize his owner and smell, and then he ran into the house, and he was home.
So I live in Cleveland. I've lost my dog, and I call Remy's. And
Yeah.
do I pay you? I mean, how does this all work? You're a nonprofit.
Yeah, we are a nonprofit. With that being said, though, we do require, like, if I'm traveling outside of like 25 miles, we do require a travel donation. I mean, yeah, it's got to be
fair.
sustainable and feasible. It's fair. I mean, and not only that, it's more than just going and setting up a trap. We have to monitor that trap. We have to bait that trap. We bait them in the morning early, depending on the weather conditions, which aren't cooperating. Then we have to go back at night and either shut the trap due to, raccoons and wildlife, or sometimes I keep them open because dogs are more active at night. And why is that? Free from well-intended humans trying to all apprehend them. It's
Right.
quiet. They feel more safe. So they're going to be out at night. So I like to keep my trap open at night. That's when we do most of the captures at night. So there's a lot that goes into if you're traveling. I have my volunteer, Stacy, she's back and forth sometimes 2, 3 times a day. And if we're going to, like we did Maple Heights, you're traveling 480, so we do ask for the donation. And I've never been met with, I've always been, people are pretty perceptive to that and happy to donate.
Hey, did you know that Blue Buffalo makes prescription diets that are formulated by animal nutritionists and veterinarians? And they're used for dietary needs such as kidney support, gastrointestinal support, weight management, and our favorite, allergy and skin problems.
They make a food allergic diet that's an alligator based called NP or a hydrolyzed salmon based for dogs and cats called HF.
So please ask your veterinarian about Blue Buffalo prescription diets.
Hi everyone, I'm Larry. Some of you know me as Grandpa Larry, and I run Larry's Animal Safari on YouTube, where we share sweet and educational videos about baby gorillas, zoo animals, and the amazing teams who care for them. If you love animals of all kinds, I'd love to have you join us. You'll meet little ones like Jamila and Kayembe, learn how zoo families grow, and enjoy real moments that bring joy and curiosity to animal lovers everywhere. Just search Larry's Animal Safari on YouTube or click the link in the show notes. New videos go up weekly, and each one supports awareness for animal care and conservation. Thanks to Speaking of Pets podcast for all they do. Now, let's get back to the show.
Hey, I have a question, because I know when I help out Golden Treasures rescues, some people will adopt these rescues and then they open the car door thinking, oh, you're home, and then the dog takes off because it doesn't know these new ones. But how do you get permission to go in these private yards? I mean, people don't want you running through their yard setting traps. I bet that's tough.
So I've been told maybe, I don't know, a handful of times not to set a trap on somebody. I always ask permission.
Yes.
Always get permission. Most 90% of the people are so wonderful and helpful. The communities always want to help. Just recently with Pumpkin was the coonhound. I asked to set a trap and was told no. And I have to respect that. It's their property.
Sure.
Yeah. So then I just move on, and I couldn't set a trap until I got permission. So once we got permission, then we set a trap. So yes, the community involvement and the homeowners who call in sightings, like right now with Cooper, I have many people setting out food stations with cameras in hopes that we can get him to return so we can move the trap and kind of get this dog home safe. But it does entail the community involvement in helping Remy's as well. Without their sightings and without them allowing me to be on their property, this recovery process wouldn't be happening. Because I have to go on their property not only once, but sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Not only that, I'm on their property at all hours of the night. If I catch that dog at 2 in the morning, I have to go on their property.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are there other organizations like this across the country? I'm sure there are. I'm just not familiar.
Yeah, there are across the country. Not in Northeast Ohio. We're the only one in Northeast Ohio. I know down south, there's Lost Pet Recovery, and then Ramona with JJ's is she's Summit County down farther. She's a very good friend of mine, so we always help each other. And if I have a difficult case I need help with, I'll call her or I'll call Dawn. So we all kind of try to help each other and support each other.
So do some of these dogs like outsmart you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, some breeds are definitely more difficult than others. Like Remy, when I started working on Remy years ago, and I named this Remy, she was an elusive hound mix as well. I mean, it took me 3 months to get her. 3 months I worked on that dog.
How awful, though.
Yeah, and that was during the summer. Yeah, it was. I mean, morning, noon, and night. It's a
So
lot.
I saw on your website, which is fantastic, things to do, like do the posters, right? And what are some other things that pet owners, the minute they lose their pet, like I know Alice always told me, tell the mailman. Because
Yeah,
the mailman's driving around, right? They know
right.
you're
First
moving.
thing you do, yeah, contact your animal control agent, animal wardens, the police, non-emergency, obviously. Alert them because they're going to get the calls first. When you see a dog missing, you're going to call the police. You're going to call your animal control. So you call them, obviously. If the dog doesn't come right back to you and it's staying out, then yeah, you want to get flyers up as soon as possible. So with flyers, I never put the dog's name. Only lost with the photo. Again, calling a dog's name when they're lost is a trigger. Typically,
Right.
dogs are going to keep running. So I recommend getting flyers up. And then typically, if you don't start sightings, I never recommend to post sightings on social media. Never. Why?
Really?
Why?
Interesting.
Now, what do you think would happen if we get sightings of Cooper today and I posted on social media?
Everyone's going to run there.
There you go,
Put
bingo.
food out. Yeah.
Everybody's going to run there to find the dog.
Right. Everybody knows more than me. Everybody knows more than everybody. So they're gonna be the hero and go get the dog, and that's not gonna happen. We all know that. So I don't ever post sightings. So that's the first thing
That's
I
smart.
recommend.
Yeah.
Write down your sightings, journal them, create a map. I always go to Google Map or Google Earth, and we start pinning them. We pin the sightings, and then if I get an area that's the dog's been in a couple, like we have 48 hours and we have the sightings here, then I'll go put a food station and trap up.
I have to tell Vanessa, I'm chuckling because what she is saying is one of the reasons why I retired. Here's my example compared to yours. Well, we need to get an x-ray of your dog's leg. Well, can I go with him? No.
You mean in the
There are
machine?
lead shields when we go to x-ray. If you come down with thyroid cancer in 10 years, guess who's going to get blamed for it? Well, I went in there and so everybody knows more than the authority on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Except for the
totally
time,
get-
wait, I had to get an MRI and I was literally, my whole body was shaking. And I said to the technician, can my husband just come in? And so he had to like
horrible.
strip all his metal off and he held my foot and I'm in that chamber and I said, hey, call NASA. Tell him I'm out.
How funny.
I could go.
No, but I get it, Vanessa. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Let you do your job.
Job.
You're good at it. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And thank you, but just sit there, have a cup of coffee, and let me take over.
So is it helpful though as a pet owner to put it on like Nextdoor or Facebook, the local pages, not the
Sure it
dog's
is.
name, but
Sure,
like the poster?
that's how we get our sightings. That's how I'm like I haven't had any sightings of Cooper at all today or yesterday. So I've had nothing. And all my phone calls, I'm hitting a dead end. So it's frustrating. But yeah, absolutely, it's important to put it on social media, but just limit what you're putting on. Once
Right.
you get those sightings, that's why I like to post it on Remy's page because I can control the thread. If somebody posts it, I can delete it. And that's why I try to tell owners, yes, you need the sightings, but then delete them and keep a journal or keep it on the map so we can see where the dog is. And
Generally, do they go like 25 miles from home, or is there like a radius normally?
so it depends. Dogs typically, so we have car accident dogs that have experienced trauma. They tend to stay very close to the trauma, and we know that. So I really cringe when I see these car accidents, and then it's all over social media, the exact location. That's the worst thing to do. Get it off social media.
Yeah.
Alert the proper people. We'll get there, and these dogs typically stay very close. Now, dogs that are newly adopted come into their new homes, they get out before they even get in the house. Those dogs do tend to stay very close to the area of last known as well. And that's the last couple I've trapped, there was one in Medina that comes to my mind. just got it home, didn't even get in the house. The dog stayed within a mile and just circled and circled, very close to the home.
Of where it got out of the car, you
Of
mean?
where it got out of the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are
So
a lot of pet owners using the, like I used Whistle on our dog, you know, the GPS thing?
I don't see that many of them. I don't see many GPS tracking collars, no. I mean, Remy has one. I do know that. I think some people might have them, but yeah, I think more like just getting the pets microchipped. I think people get confused between a GPS tracking collar and a microchip. A microchip I'm able to, like with Pumpkin. I got that dog and we scanned him. It had a microchip. The microchip information was not up to date. However, it still was able to get us reunited with his current owner. And then
I will find, I love the Whistle thing. The only thing that makes me a little nuts is it will, all of a sudden I'll get a text, how is Libby feeling today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she hasn't really told me because she can't talk.
Can't
You know
talk.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Here is Annie, who's right here. Here's her Whistle.
Okay.
And the
you
only
charge
thing is
it
you have to charge
Yes.
them up, but it gives you a warning. I'm plugging it back in here.
It lasts a long
Also-
time though.
Also, with newly adopted dogs, when you're bringing a dog home, wherever you get it, you can watch their behavior, but I highly recommend a martingale collar.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
What's
just
that?
a martingale, do I have one in here?
Is
Hold
that
on.
the pulley kind?
I had one in
Because
Yeah.
they'll
It's
split
kind
the
of
collar.
chokes
Yeah.
on.
a martingale, the clasp, So
Yeah.
I
Oh, that's
recommend
neat.
the martingale and a slip lead.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
going to keep your pet safe. And
Yeah.
also, the dog does not need to go get groomed. The dog does not need to go to the park. It doesn't need to go to the store. Keep these dogs home. Give them at least 30 days to decompress.
Yeah.
Let them adjust to their house and then start taking them out slowly. And when you take them out, the martingale and the slip lead, but watch their body language. Dogs with tails talk, that's telling you something.
Yeah.
Dogs that are, licking their lips and smacking and stuff, those are nervous dogs. When you just bring these dogs home, they don't want to go anywhere. They want to decompress and get used to their new home and their environment. So that's really important when you're bringing these dogs home.
It's too much stimulation at
Yeah.
once. I agree. We have a China rescue, from Golden Treasures, and I'll tell you the mistake I made, Vanessa. I'm a walker at Hinkley Lake, and I was so excited because I was finally getting a young dog because I usually adopt old ones. I took her for a walk. It was horrible. She wouldn't move. And to this day, I regret doing that. And now, she's laying right here, but she doesn't enjoy walking. She likes her home, sitting on the bed, and that's her thing. I agree with you. I think when you first get them, I don't care where they're from, you need to keep that area small so they're not overstimulated.
And another thing, when you take them out in your backyard, whether you have, most people have a fenced-in backyard, they'll just let them loose. No, keep them on a long lead. Keep them on a leash. Watch their behavior. Let them get used to your backyard. And then after maybe a few days, drop the leash, but keep that long leash on. Watch. I had one dog I brought home to my house and brought him in the backyard, had on a long leash. All that dog did was look for a way out. He kept going to the fence, looking up, trying to jump, but I had him on the leash. So a lot of these dogs that are coming, we don't know where they're coming from. The first thing they're going to do is try to jump your fence.
Yeah.
And get out.
They want to get away
under.
from the humans that did bad things to them,
Yeah.
Well, and I found with Libby, because she's a rescue, it was about 2.5 months, and you could finally see she was like, I'm staying. Like, this is my home. Because she had been fostered, et cetera, by Aaron, who was fabulous.
Yeah.
But you really just did see all of a sudden, like, there wasn't this nervousness.
Right.
She chilled.
When I walk these two, I have two rescues from Golden Treasures. They are martingale collars.
Absolutely.
Halter, not halter. What am I trying to say, Janet?
We call them the bras.
Yeah, the bras. Martingale collars, the bras. So they're double leashed and they are microchipped and they have the GPS. And I will have people saying to me, wow. And I'll say, because they're rescues.
Now, I'm not a fan of the harnesses.
It is a harness, yes.
Yeah,
Tell me why. Tell me why.
I'm not because they get out of them.
Yes,
I've
that's
seen
true.
so many dogs get out of them. Or if they're walking and they get spooked by something and they bend down, they're out of those harnesses. I've trapped a lot of dogs who have.
No. I hear you. I agree.
Yeah.
They can pull right out of them because it's happened to me.
People just don't get it. They think you're like overdoing it. You can never overdo it.
Just the martingale and the slip lead. Yeah.
As far as tethering them.
Right.
Vanessa,
and the tags.
How did you get started? How did Remy's happen?
So I was on the board with, back then it was Friends of the Cleveland Kennel, and I did a lot of work at the kennel, the city kennel, and I was there one day and they were working on trapping, they called them feral dogs. And I went with some of the girls and they had set traps, and it broke my heart because these dogs were on abandoned property and they were just inbred and no human contact, so they needed to be trapped, and it was really difficult getting them, and that's kind of how I got started. And then that week when I was going home, there was a little stray dog that was on the side of 480 and Tiedemann, and I saw him sitting on the ramp, and I turned around my car and went back, and by the time I got back he was running up, and it was by the Key Bank. He was running back into a big building that was being built, and he ran in there, and that started it. And then I focused on that dog, and I'm like, I got to get this dog safe. And back then I didn't have equipment, so I took a dog cage, turned it upside down, made a drop trap. I had a stick that I nudged out, and I put string and attached it to the stick, and we made this contraption. And I started working in a restaurant parking lot. They allowed me to be there, and I think it took me about 2 weeks, and eventually I trapped that little dog, and we named him Nugget. And yeah, that started this whole journey, and that was back in, I think, 2015, 16.
I just want to make sure our listeners know, when you say trap, it's a humane trap. Because
Yeah, so my,
you know,
yeah, my traps are all, they're humane traps. Yeah, I have all kinds of equipment. I have 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet. Most recently, we just bought a brand new 5-foot and a 6-foot trap. The 6-foot trap's amazing. And we have 2 new state-of-the-art laser kennels. So the laser kennels I use for dogs that don't go into the traditional traps. And I can usually tell first really quick if the dogs are going to go into a trap or not. So then we'll put up the laser kennel. It's an open door concept. They go in. And then the laser, once they break the beam, is that the laser, it traps them. And we have them drilled down into the ground, and then the laser kennel, and then we use a big tarp on the front of it to cover it, like a net, and we bungee the net so they can't get out.
wow.
So we trap a lot of big dogs in that too.
So Vanessa, I want to go back to when you saw that dog on the side of the road running. What advice do you give, say, Janet or me, if we're driving on the freeway and we see a dog, what do we do?
Basically, this is the worst thing. You cannot chase these dogs. Do not chase. But I understand people don't want the dog to get on the highway. So yes, you can get out of the car, maybe stand there, put your arms wide out, and depending on how close you are, and try to back the dog up. But chasing the dog and running after the dog is only going to create the dog to continue to run and possibly run into the car, get hit by a car, running somewhere dangerous. So it's never, and that's the hardest thing to tell people, is when you see a dog, do not chase it.
Should you like try to offer it if you have pet food in the car? Should you?
Yeah,
try
some
to
dogs you can
approach
open
it?
the car door, see if the dog will jump in the car with you. I recommend sitting, and I get it. We can't all, if it's in a lot of traffic, we can't always, sometimes our adrenaline gets going. We just want to help. Again, we get out of the car, maybe try to get the dog off the side of the road. If you have treats, throw the treats away from the street.
Okay.
Trying to get the dog to back up away from the traffic. That can be a dangerous scenario. I mean, I've had that happen before. Unfortunately, the dog was hit and killed by a car. Sometimes we can only do so much, but do
the police departments, are they pretty amenable to working with you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always calling them when I'm in their city. I try to be respectful. I always let them know, especially at night, I'm going to be here. I think the communication is the key. I know they mean well to help, but a lot of times police officers are very scary to these dogs. Number one, they approach them wrong. They have uniforms on, they have equipment on, they have guns, they look scary. If they corner the dog, now what happens? Yeah. So, never approach a dog and try to corner it. So that could be a bad scenario. So, I mean, and they're not going to take the time to sit down, not look at the dog. There's all kinds of things we do when we approach a dog like that. So, again, I try to say their job, you work with the humans, and then let me and the others work with the dog. So I try to let them know, hey, don't approach this dog, like the one with North Royalton. I've left 2 messages. I'm trying to reach them. I want to communicate. have your officers do not approach this dog. Approaching him and getting out of the cruiser is just going to make him run farther, possibly run into the street, get hit, run farther away. We're trying to keep him here so we can get the traps there and get him safe. So I'm hitting a snag with that right now with the communication, but I'm pretty feisty, so I'm either going to go up there in person or just keep calling.
Don't make me come up there.
So is there a bait that works best?
Well, we use a number of things. We make our own chicken right now. We were buying KFC, but it got way too expensive. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
you mean like the stinky, smelly, like fried chicken?
Smelly
Oh,
chicken.
wow.
We've used beef and cheddars before, roast beef, anything high. Tripe, the canned tripe. Have you opened a can of that? It makes you want to almost vomit.
Yeah.
I made Stacy open that one time, or Debbie, and I thought they were going to die. So high smelling things. We use chicken right now to bait all of our traps. Sometimes if I know the dog is right there close by watching, I've had dogs watch us set up. I'll throw a cheeseburger right there. I never put bowls in my traps. I cover the trip plate straight back to the left corner. All my food goes, and that's that's kind
When
of.
do you sleep? When do you sleep?
Yeah,
Because
when do
you
you
work
sleep?
full time
Yeah.
too. I'm
I do
serious,
work full
Janet.
time. I mean, where I work, obviously I work at a vet clinic. They're so supportive of what I do, the doctors and the management. They love what we do. They know it's important. We're not supposed to have our phones on at work, but I do break that rule all the time. I have a little pouch now. Okay, I have a little pouch, and my manager knows my phone is in that pouch, which sits right by me. And then if I have a trap set, I get a little vibration, and I know it's a trap. And so
Okay.
then I'll just kind of peek at it and make sure.
Yeah.
I'll usually run in my manager's office and kind of say, hey, I got to check the trap. And she's right there looking, and they're very supportive. But my coworkers, I don't know, not so much so, but
Yeah, right.
like, because I get it. I'm breaking the rules, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like, I got a dog, and if I got a dog in a trap, I need to get the dog out of the trap. It's cold, so I think most people are supportive of what we do.
And you're
but
saving a life, you know. You know
And
what? It'd be
here's the
great.
thing: when we have a trap out, like last night, I didn't sleep well because I kept waiting for. I wanted the dog to, and so I get a special notification when the traps are out. So I'm always checking my phone, or like, and then I can't sleep just because of the adrenaline, and I'm just my stress. So
Sure.
yeah, I don't sleep well.
It's like waiting for Santa.
Yeah,
I know Santa's coming. I know he's coming.
yeah. Or I'm going in bed. Where's this dog at? Why can't you just make your way to the trap?
Blue Buffalo Natural Veterinary Diets offer a natural alternative in nutritional therapy. With their in-house research and development team with over 300 years experience in well pet and veterinary therapeutic diets, more than 600 scientific publications, and more than 50 U.S. patents. Blue Buffalo Natural Veterinary Diets.
You know, it'd be great if some of the local, and maybe you've done this, some of the local police departments could have you come in and do a little PSA for the officers to say, look don't do this, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, somebody has mentioned that to me before. I think it would be amazing, but I don't know how well that would go over with little old me walking in there. I don't know.
Because a lot of officers a lot of my clients that were officers, they're real dog people, you know, and they think they're doing the right thing, but yeah.
Yeah, and I get that. I think the education is much needed for officers on how to approach these types of dogs. Or like Cooper was spotted last week at the soccer fields, and it was like 1 a.m. And I know the officers got out of their cars and they were all trying to chase him, and that was just a nightmare. It didn't work. My wish would have been they would have called me. We could have gotten there with a trap and not bother the dog and let the dog continue to sleep where he was. We would have set up and set a trap and then backed away, and hopefully the food smell would have lured him to the trap, but that didn't happen. So that's where I'm trying to communicate now, but I'm not getting return phone calls. So it's a little frustrating for me. I know Remy's is not, like, the police officers have way more important things to do. I get that. But I also left a message, look, I'm trying to get this dog off the streets safe. He could be a nuisance. He's getting in garbage. I'm trying to get him off the street. Just let's try to get I'm trying to get that message, but like I said, I might have to just drive right up there. And
Do you ever get other dogs in the trap that you're not looking
I
for?
did. This just happened to us. This just happened. Oh my gosh. A month ago in January, we set up a trap for a dog in Warrensville on Warrensville Heights. So it was in Warrensville, and we had the trap up, and I started getting notifications. Matter of fact, I was at work, and
Is it like a Ring doorbell? The trap? Is it like you know what I'm saying? It taped?
It is.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I did it, and I ran into the bathroom at work, right? And I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God, this is not the dog. We had a different dog. We had a different dog. So I called Stacy. She's like, I'm on my way. We get there, and she sends me a picture. I go, that dog was just on social media. So I Google it. Sure enough, I think it was Roscoe. I can't remember the name. The dog jumped out of his owner's truck a week prior to this, way out in it wasn't it. Now I'm thinking Northfield, Ohio. The dog jumped out of the back of a pickup truck, and the dog had been missing for almost 10 days and made its way down to Warrensville and ended up in my trap.
Oh, that was some good KFC going on there.
And I called the owner and I said, I believe I just have your dog. Well, the owner actually was in a nursing home. It was the caregiver that was taking care of the dog. She's like, oh my gosh. And I sent her a picture. She goes, that's the dog. That's our dog. So she came and met Stacy and got the dog. And then the dog was able to go see his owner at the nursing home. So that was a really happy one that we didn't expect. I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Tell me about the dog that you adopted from, or did you foster it from the dog fighting ring? How did that turn out?
That was Mira.
Mira
Was part of the 2011 dog fighting ring that the Cleveland 27. I fostered Mira for 8 months. That dog was terrible. It was bad. She had lived in a cage, so when she came to me, her body was deformed. Everything was deformed. It kind of grew to the size of the cage. But I had Mira for 8 months. It was the most joyous time I had. Yeah, watching her grow, watching her potty for the first time out in the grass, and watching her just grow into a dog and love people and get love back. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Did she pass away?
She got adopted. She was in the American Dog Magazine. We had a nice article. She passed away. Well, she got adopted. Neil and Amanda adopted her. She had the best home. I got to visit her. I got to see her. I got to dog sit. And then she got sick one time, and I got a phone call at work, and they said they didn't think she was going to last very long, and they allowed me to go to the hospital that she was at. And I walked in, and I hadn't seen her probably in about a year, and I sat down and started talking, and she crawled over the table that was in between her parents and I, and she recognized me, and she just bitterly attacked me with kisses, and it was the most wonderful feeling that she remembered me.
I
And
love that.
yeah,
I love it.
so I got to see her and say goodbyes, and then I think she passed the next day. Yeah,
You know,
and I think that's her picture.
oh, is it?
Oh.
Hold on,
my gosh.
you gotta get Mira.
Yes, we have to. Oh. And you know what that says, Vanessa? That you can have a
Mira.
horrible life. Oh my God. Oh, I
You look
love
like a
that.
supermodel in that picture.
This is the picture that Dick Goddard used every year in his calendar.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because then we ended up, going to Columbus and fighting for Goddard's Law. And
Yes.
I would travel with them and Mr. Goddard, and so he used this picture. This picture was taken by Martha Widdowson. Yeah, she took this professional picture, and it will hang on my wall forever.
And you know, Vanessa, that just goes to show you they can have a horrible life at the beginning.
Yeah.
But all they want is love. And
Dogs forgive.
she
Humans
blossomed.
don't.
Oh.
I think that's why our bond
Yes.
with dogs is so much better. Dogs forgive us. They don't hold grudges. They don't talk about us behind our backs. They're the most loyal companions we can ever have. And so I think that's what makes them so special.
Did you ever foresee that you would be doing this? I mean, think about it. I mean, I know you're an animal lover, but when you were like a teenager or something, who knew that you would be rescuing dogs? I mean,
I know. Yeah, I mean, I remember my mom was a dispatcher for a third shift. She worked for the police department, and she too was a dispatcher. And she would come home. She came home a few times over the years when I was still, living at home, and she would bring strays home. And I remember one in particular. She came home, and I was sleeping. She goes, Vanessa, hide this dog from your father. Just hide this dog. She puts this big German, like a German Shepherd. His name was Remy. She put him in the bed with me, and she's like, don't let him out of the room. Just hold him in here, and don't let your father see him. Let me work on him for a while. I'll never forget that. So
Oh, I love it.
my love for animals stems from my upbringing and my mom and dad and my family. So
Was
yeah.
that in Cleveland? Were you raised in Cleveland?
No, Ashtabula, Ohio.
Oh, Ashtabula.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
We were raised in Euclid.
And now my daughter is a dispatcher for the state patrol, so kind of runs the family. And she gets a lot of calls too, and they have their resources down there, and so she tells me some of the stories too. So I think my whole family. My son last month, Kyle, was he lives in Brook Park, and he called me as I'm awake. He goes, Mom, there was a stray German Shepherd here in Brook Park, and it was like 6 a.m, and I had posted on Facebook, somebody had posted, and we're like, yeah, the dog just went down my house. And next thing you know, Kyle's coming, goes, Mom, I got the dog. It's in my garage. What do I do?
It's genetic.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the bait. I would think that being in Cleveland, it would be kielbasi.
Oh. Well,
Or some kind of like sausage, right?
yeah. Anything that smells that's high value, you can
Yeah.
use that, obviously. The
That's
little
so
Vienna sausages are good too, but I know whenever we're going to the trap, we usually heat up whatever we use so it's real hot so we can get that smell out.
No, we have a neighbor dog, Hunter, who was a Springer Spaniel. Hunter lived till 16. We all adored Hunter. And the whole neighborhood, we have a text and it would come out, Hunter's on the loose. So it got to the point where I always have treats in my car.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he knew my car, and all I would do is get out, open the back door, and he'd be like, hey, right in.
Yeah.
And there were the milk bones. But it was, and I'd take him home and go in the door that I knew that was unlocked. And it was almost like he broke out just to get like a,
get
but
the
he was a
treat.
sweetheart. He was a
You
sweetheart.
know what though, Janet? If you're ever stuck in a snowstorm, you got that dog treats there you can eat.
I know. And I always have like a power bar too, or whatever they are in the car.
Well, you girls would be shocked if you saw my car, if I ever got pulled over and searched.
Oh,
It might not be a good
Got
thing.
the Felta fish in
I
the
got a
car.
machete back there. I got to have that. Somebody saw that and like, what are you doing? I said, girls, I need this when I'm putting a trap in my trail cams. I need to cut down the branches. I need to cut the leaves down.
That's right.
Oh yeah, we've got everything in the back
They
of my
probably
car.
think you're a serial killer with all
A
the equipment
murderer.
you have.
Bolt cutters. I've got it all back there. I've got gloves. I've got, yeah. We
So
got a
Vanessa,
opener.
I think I know the answer to this question, but we ask all of our guests, what is your pet or human peeve? And I think I know it.
My pet peeve or my
Pet
human?
or human peeve?
Either one.
Like what just gets you? Like today I saw 2 people go through stop signs. I swear to God, where are the police? Literally roll right through.
Dogs out not on a leash. That bothers the heck out
Yes,
of me.
I would think that's a big one.
Or
That's my-
extendable leashes too.
when they let the dogs out to go potty.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many calls and messages I get. Half of these dogs that are lost. Well, I let him out and he always comes back.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's a dog. Guess what? Yeah. There's rabbits, there's deer, there's all kind of critters. And he always comes back, but this time he didn't come back. So that would be my pet peeve. They don't keep them on leash. They just let them out and they think they're going to come back.
I
And then
also
when they get hit by a car, then they wonder why they got hit by a car.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't their fault, of course. I also like the 23-year-old buff guy with the dog not on a leash that thinks he can control it.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then and you're walking your dog on a leash, and that dog comes tearing at your dog.
right. And I'll say, get your dog. And they're like, what? Yeah, that makes me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you
Or-
control your dog, please? And it
Another
doesn't.
one, you're driving in the car and you see the windows rolled all the way down. The dogs are looking out the window. Like,
Oh, yeah.
don't you think they're going to jump? They're going to jump out. That's dangerous. Like,
Yeah.
get your window rolled up. And then,
It's also bad for the
Or the
corneas.
pickup truck, right?
It's bad
Yeah.
for the corneas. You taught me
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Vanessa, you are so passionate about your work, and I think we know the answer to this one. What drives you to do this amazing, helpful, godforsaken middle of the night
Life-saving.
baiting traps right? What motivates you?
Oh, motivates me is when I see the results. When we
Yes.
see these dogs being reunited with their owners that otherwise would have no other resources but Remy's. When I get the stray dog that's out there trying to survive right now in this weather and they have nobody but Remy's. When I made that possible, when my team makes that possible, that's what continues to drive us. We have made such a difference in Northeast Ohio and beyond. What we do is so unique. It's unlike anybody else, and it's so needed. That's the scary thing. It is so needed what we do. And so someday my goal is to do this full time,
Yes.
where I could devote every day to help more animals, because I can't help everybody. I'm getting messages everywhere, and I can't be in 5 places today because I'm still working on Cooper. But to grow my team, but that's what drives us. The reunions and the catches and the recoveries and the happiness and the joy. That's what drives me. I mean, people don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see Stacy getting out of bed at 4 a.m. the other day, in freezing, going to get that dog, and then getting the cage out of the bushes it was in. Her husband lugging it and getting it into the van and going home, and he had to be up for work. They don't see that part of what we do. They don't see the tears and the phone calls and the nasty people sometimes, or I can't help you. Then they bash me on social media because Remy said she couldn't get out here. Well, I don't know why. Well, yeah. So
And
there's
also,
a
Vanessa,
lot.
when you get that dog in the trap, that dog is afraid. It's not like you can just open that trap and pet them. They're afraid.
Yeah,
So-
we've had a couple that were really, really bad that probably wanted to eat us, and that's when I call animal control. They come out and they help.
Yeah.
We got one in the laser kennel that we couldn't even get near.
Yeah.
And the Hinckley police came out and got him, and they were wonderful to work with, and they came out and got him with a catch pole and took him to the shelter. So and pretty much we know I'll never put my team in danger. You know, you can tell.
Yeah.
So if people want to donate, how do they go about helping your cause?
So we have a link on our website. You can go to remy'spetrecovery.org, and the link should be right there on our website. You can PayPal as well, remy'spetrecovery@gmail.com. There's a number of ways. They can also send checks in if they wish. A lot of the older generation doesn't like to do the technology, so checks can be mailed. We have a P.O. Box. P.O. Box 420, I think it's 42014. They can send a check to our P.O. Box, and
When can they buy tickets for the fundraiser?
So
Is
we
that
haven't
on the
posted
website
them yet.
Okay.
My board meeting got with the
Coming
weather.
soon.
We're having the board meeting March 2nd, so tickets aren't on sale yet. We plan on having them at the end of March. And
Oh, okay.
We'll post the link, and follow us on Facebook.
Yes.
On Instagram and TikTok, you can follow Remy's, and then all the information for the flyer will be on that page. But it is March 3rd. And then if anybody wants to donate any products, any gift cards, any gift baskets, they can reach out. We're always looking for gift baskets, even gift cards.
Yes.
Gift cards are a huge thing. People love that.
Can I
Coffee
tell
shops,
you, Vanessa?
restaurants.
Last year I came with Sandy that runs Golden Treasures, and she won the $500 Amazon gift
Oh, yeah,
card.
okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Our table really hit.
Yeah. So we're always looking for things like that. You can reach out to our website or reach us. There's so many ways to get in touch with us. And my phone number's all over social media, all over.
I know. Too bad for you, but it is.
I have people calling me at all hours of the night, which is a mistake, because I always try to say, that happened one time. Somebody got mad because I didn't answer my phone at 3 a.m. And I'm like, ma'am, I am trying to sleep. I have to get up at 4 for work. So we ask that you don't call like after 9 p.m. and wait till at least 6 a.m. to call.
Only the dogs in the kennels can
Be
call.
respectful.
Yeah.
Right.
In the traps.
Well, Janet, we've got to wrap it up. But
I know,
Vanessa,
Vanessa, thank you for the amazing work you do for all those pet owners and those
it's
pets.
so emotional. When you started talking about your little one with the picture, I got teary too. I mean, that's why you do what you do, and I just love that about you.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm so excited. Thank you very much. Follow our work, and hope to see you at the fundraiser.
Well, if not, I'm sure to donate. So
Okay, thank you.
Janet, hey, listen, this is Dr. Alice Novotny-Jeroman from Cleveland, Ohio, and
Janet Novotny King from Cleveland, Ohio. We're the Novotny sisters, born and raised Ohioans. Thanks for joining us. Vanessa, appreciate the great work you do. Our listeners, go to their website because it's all the things I learned that I would have done that I
It's all
shouldn't do.
good.
It's all good information. And you know what? Vanessa knows what the heck she's talking about. So listen to Vanessa and Remy's Pet Rescue. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Hey, thanks for watching.
And listening,
We like likes.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow us on social media at Speaking of Pets.
And give your pets a big kiss from the Novotny sisters.
The Speaking of Pets podcast is an SLA video production.